Good morning. I have decided to start getting some of my Valentine's decorations out. So I laid out most of them. I don't have very many. I just kind of leave them in the kitchen. But I did lay out some of my little plates that I use to put, like, silverware on when we're using things in here. And then I laid out this little heart, and I bought these at Hobby Lobby last year. And I don't know how much that one was. I think it was like $12.99, and then of course if you have your coupon or whatever. And I bought it out of season or off season last year, or after season last year. Yeah, after Valentine's Day. Then you get everything 50% off. That's when they started marking down some of their stuff. So that's what I got last year, and I got this last year as well from Hobby Lobby, and this was $9.99, and again with the 50% off. I usually try to buy everything after the season, that way it's on sale and I'm not paying full price for it. That's kind of how I feel about doing all that stuff. So anyway, the other thing that I'm going to do today is I am going to clean my oven. And for Christmas, my mom bought me this oven liner, and you cut it and you put it in the bottom of your oven for spills and messes, and you just wipe it clean. That way you don't have a nasty, messy oven like that. So that is my goal today, is to clean my oven and get that scrubbed up, because I don't like the way that it looks, and then I'm going to put that liner in the bottom of it, so when I do spill things, it's clean. All I got to do is wipe it up. I just wanted to take you around a few more things and show you some more of the little things that I put out for Valentine's Day. In this jar, just as my jar that I put like every little different holiday thing in. This month, obviously, I'm going to be putting in my little hearts. And they're just these little tiny foam heart ornaments, actually, and I got these at Hobby Lobby as well, and I think they come in a box of 12, and I think I got them for like $4.99, again probably with the 50% off. If not, $4.99 is not too bad. But I always put these in here, and if I could actually find more to fill it up, I will, but that's all that I had. And then I laid out this other little Valentine's plate, and I just have these two little cookies left over from what my mom made for Christmas. And then over here, I put on my little curtains thing over my sink, I just put two little sticks inside here, the little heart, sparkly heart, and then the little love, also from Hobby Lobby. I think those were like $2.99 a piece. And then the cute little owl and a little bear that I purchased a while ago. I'm not really too big on these kind of trinkets, but they were cute, so I just figured Valentine's, I'll get them. And I think these were really inexpensive as well. This was like $4.99. Yeah, so that's not too bad. And then over here I have another cute little owl that I put up on my little window thing above my sink. And there you can see that. And then I put this one on this side. So this side says kiss with a heart, and then the other side says love with a little heart. So I think that's really cute. I was enjoying decorating my little curtains right there. I think it just adds a little holiday to it in the kitchen. And then over here I just put like a red plate that I have over here in the corner, and then these cute little boxes that I got the other day at Hobby Lobby, and these were on clearance actually, and that you can see the price right there, $5.44 for those, for that one. And then I'm not really sure how much this one was. Let's see, it wasn't that expensive. Yeah, this one was $6.12. So I mean a total of $11, $12 or whatever for those, and that was just so cute. So I just kind of keep them sitting there in the kitchen. I'll probably use them for photography props eventually, but for right now, that's where they're going to stay. And then over here I have just a little Christmas tree that was sitting in my dining room on the other side of that box. And then I decided to move it into the kitchen and decorate it for Valentine's Day. And that's kind of what I did last year, but now with this tree I did it with the smaller tree that was there that I had for Christmas. And then I just lay out, I like to get little napkins, and I use them as a little placemat setting to put on top in the center of my table for my centerpieces. So that's just a napkin, and again probably Hobby Lobby, that I've had that one for years. And then over here I just have the little plaque that says love on it, that goes into my pantry. But other than that, that is all I have as far as Valentine's stuff is concerned. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get my oven started cleaning. I don't know if I should take these out or not. Do you take the racks out when you clean, or do those get cleaned with it? I don't know. I think maybe I'll take these out. Not real sure. So take these out, and then I'm going to set my timer for my clean button on here, and ooh, it always scares me because it gets so dang hot, and then it locks and it freaks me out. But I try to remove everything off of it too because it gets oh, it's still wet from when I washed it. So I'm going to self-clean and then start, I guess. Do I want it on high, or I guess I want it on high. And I'm gonna hit start, I suppose. And it's, yeah, see, it's just totally locked everything now, and it says it's gonna be, you know, 9 hours and 20 minutes, I guess that's what it says. So here we go. I'm cleaning my oven. I'll give you the results afterwards. And today I'm going to be just, you know, obviously cleaning my oven. I'm going to rearrange this cabinet here, and that one with all my like plastic Tupperware or whatever that stuff is, plastic stuff. I'm going to move that, and I'm going to put it over here in this cabinet, because this cabinet's driving me crazy because it's so crammed packed full of my Pampered Chef stuff that I cannot sometimes get to it. And I actually chipped a pizza stone the other day, so that kind of made me mad. So I'm going to be switching these cabinets around today, and I will share the results with you guys afterwards. All right. So I kind of realized that when I hit the self timer that I didn't hit the right buttons, I guess, because I came in here to check on it and it wasn't even hot. And then of course I stopped it and I unlocked the door to see, and it still wasn't hot, so I'm not really sure. But now I think I have it set, because now I can smell something and it's starting to get a little warm, but it keeps beeping. And I don't understand what the whole beeping thing is for, so I'm not really sure if it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And why would it beep? Why would it beep for the next 4 hours? I don't get it. I don't understand. I guess we'll just wait it out and see. I don't know how long I can handle that beeping though. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. Okay, round 3. I think I finally got this figured out. Okay, so if I hit the self-clean button, which I've already done, so I'm not touching it anymore because I think it's where it's supposed to be. So I hit the self-clean button, and then it popped up like clean, and then it said high temperature. And then so I went over here to the temperature thing and I hit low, and then I hit start, and then it went to like, you know, 3:30, so 3 hours and 30 minutes, which is fine. Before it was like 9 hours. The high is like 4.5 hours, or the low is like 3.5 hours. So I hit the low and I hit start, and I think we're cleaning. And I think we're cleaning, or how I know we're cleaning is because number 1, I can really smell it now. And number 2, it's kind of getting a little warm around the oven part. And number 3 is because the timer is not beeping and it's actually counting down. So I think, crossing my fingers, hoping that I think I got it figured out. So in like 3.5 hours, I guess I'll know. Okay, round 3, here we go. 3rd time's a charm. Okie dokie. So oven is cleaning. I have 2.5 hours left. That is cleaning, and I'm very happy about that I finally got that figured out. So while that's been cleaning, I have been rearranging and organizing and cleaning out a few cabinets, starting with this one. This one, I had a lot of my fry pans in there, and it was kind of like crowded, so I didn't want it to be in there anymore. So I took all this stuff out and I moved the fry pans over here to where I put my stoneware, my cookie sheets, my baking sheets, my griddle, and my cutting boards and my chopper, and I have all my pizza stones up there with the 4-bread baking stoneware from Pampered Chef, and I also have my muffin tins and the one from Pampered Chef on that side. I leave those upside down because they collect dust if you don't, and crumbs sometimes, so that's why I put them all upside down, to keep them from collecting the dust and crumbs and stuff that might fall on there, because it does happen. You can be the cleanest person in the world, you're still going to get crumbs in your cabinet. And then from that I moved all of my plasticware, Tupperware, Gladware all over here, and I put it all in this cabinet because it was a smaller cabinet, and I have less of the plasticware than I do of the baking sheets and Pampered Chef stuff. So that worked by putting everything over here. It's nice and organized and it's clean. And cleaning, what I did was, when I removed everything from the cabinets, I took a bowl of hot water with a little bit of soap and a wash rag, and I wiped everything down because, like I said before, things get dirty, they get dusty, and you get crumbs in there regardless of how clean you are or not. And so I took everything out and I wiped everything down and got it all wet and scrubbed up, and then I took a dry paper towel and dried it all out, because you really don't want to leave that stuff wet because it can cause mold or mildew, and it can also rot out your cabinets if you're not careful and if you don't dry them thoroughly. So that's what I ended up doing, and so I dried all that stuff, and now everything is in its nice neat place and it's orderly, and that's exactly what I like. Eventually I'd like to get one of those organized cabinets where I can organize all of my lids to my pans, because those are a hot mess, and I just refuse to touch those at this point because I really don't have any place else to put them except for keep them right there. And like I said, those are a hot mess, and once you mess with one, they're like dominoes, they all fall. So that said, that cabinet is done. This cabinet is done, and I'm very, very excited about that. And then this cabinet is done. Now I guess when Brian comes home, he'll be like, where is everything? And I'll have to explain to him, and then he'll have to get used to it again. But other than that, I have done what I wanted to do in the kitchen, and I have made up my bed. That's what I did as well. And then I have to go get some stuff out of the laundry, and that is that. All right, on to my next task. Right now I'm actually getting ready to make the batter for these Get Skinny cookies. It's the two large old bananas and the 1 cup of quick oats, and then it says you can actually add in some chocolate chips, coconut, or nuts. I don't like coconut or nuts, but I probably will add some chocolate chips in there if I have any. Let's go see. Ooh, I do. Yay. So let's go ahead and get started on the batter at least, because once the oven is done and it's cooled off and I'm able to put that liner in there and wipe everything down, then put the liner in there, I'm going to go ahead and bake these. But I want to go ahead and just get the batter started, that way it's ready and done so I can just pop them in the oven. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and I have 2 ripe banana, what does it say? What does it say? Large old bananas, good, because these are very old bananas. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these very old bananas, and I'm going to use those to do the cookies. So I hope that they turn out good. And then I'm going to go in my pantry and find the oats, and they are up here. Let's use these ones. I'm going to use these these oats from Kroger that I bought a while ago. I prefer the instant in the packages because those are a lot easier and they get done quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I don't understand, it doesn't say anything about flour or anything. Cook it on 350 for 15 minutes and that's it. So let's give it a whirl, and I will share the process as I go along. All right, let's get started. I'm putting in 1 cup of quick oats, And then it shows just throwing the bananas in there, obviously peeled. So let me get these peeled and I'll get back. Okay, the bananas are peeled and I have them in there with the oats as the picture shows. And then basically it just says to, or shows, not says, it just mash them up, and that's what I'm going to do. And I guess you add the milk chocolate morsels after you mash it all up. I don't know. Let's give it a try. I'm going to start mashing and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so I went ahead and mashed up the bananas, and then I added the chocolate chip morsels in with it as well. And then what I'm going to end up doing, since I'm waiting for the oven to finish cleaning and cool down, I'm actually going to put it in one of these little Glad containers and then put it in the refrigerator. That way it's ready for when I want to go ahead and pop them in the oven. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. Alrighty, so it fit perfectly inside this little container, and I'm going to go ahead and just pop it in the fridge until it is ready to put in the oven. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean up my mess and put everything away. That was really quick and easy. I hope they taste as good as I have heard that they have tasted. Somebody had made a comment last night, said that they make them all the time and they were delicious. So I'm hoping that is the case. So that is that. Okay, so my oven is clean, and I went ahead and wiped it all down and cleaned it thoroughly, and then I went ahead and I didn't even need to cut that paper that came, or that little oven liner. I didn't even need to cut it. It fits perfectly, and you just put it down there in the bottom of your oven, and it's supposed to protect it from, you know, spills and stuff. So I'm excited to use that. So anyway, so that's done. I'm excited about. And while that was done, I kind of threw together a soup that I'm making tonight that I got off of Pinterest, and I actually had to add a few things differently than the recipe called for because I didn't have some of the stuff. And it's just that a cheesy chicken soup. And it said to add a can of corn. Well, I didn't have corn, so I added peas and pinto beans and carrots to it. And then you just throw it all in a crock pot with 2 or 3 pieces of breasts of chicken, and then some cream cheese, one of the little containers of cream cheese, and then I let it cook and it smells good and it tastes delicious so far. And then while that's cooking, I'm getting ready to, I'm going to put those banana cookies in the oven here. I'm going to preheat that, and then I'm going to put the bananas that I had made up earlier in the oven and let those bake and cook. And then I am going to make my gluten-free, what are those called? Gluten-free garlic butter biscuits. Kind of like the biscuits that you get at Red Lobster, but these ones are gluten-free and they taste exactly the same. My mom made them for Christmas dinner, and they were so good and so flaky and so soft and so buttery. So I wanted to make some, so I had bought the gluten-free all-purpose baking flour so I could do that. And then I just got the recipe from her on the phone a second ago, and I will share the recipe with you guys later. But for now,